Abandon. I will abandon my old toys. Aboard. We went aboard the ship to start our journey. Abound. Fish abound in the river. Abroad. I want to study abroad next year. Absent. She was absent from school yesterday. Absorb. Plants absorb water from the soil. Abstract. The abstract idea of freedom is important to many people. Absurd. It is absurd to think that the earth is flat. Abundant. The garden has abundant flowers in spring. Abuse. It is wrong to abuse your power as a leader. Academy. I want to go to an academy to learn more about science. Accelerate. The car will accelerate when I press the gas pedal. Accommodate. I will accommodate your needs during the meeting. Accompany. I will accompany you to the park. Accomplish. I want to accomplish my homework before dinner. Accord. The two countries reached an accord to stop the fighting. Accumulate. I want to accumulate more books in my collection. Accurate. The answer to the math problem is accurate. H. My head aches after studying for a long time. Acid. Lemon juice is an acid that makes food taste sour. Acknowledge. I acknowledge my mistakes and learn from them. Acquire. I want to acquire new skills in art class. Acquisition. The acquisition of new skills is important for learning. Adequate. The food was adequate for everyone at the party. Adjust. I need to adjust my schedule for the exam. Administer. I will administer the test to the students tomorrow. Administration. The administration of the school makes important decisions. Adolescent. Many adolescent students enjoy playing sports. Adverse. The adverse weather made it hard to play outside. Advocate. She is an advocate for animal rights. Aesthetic. The painting has an aesthetic beauty that everyone admires. Agency. I visited the travel agency to book a vacation. Agenda. The agenda for the meeting includes several important topics. Aggressive. The dog was aggressive when it saw the stranger. Agriculture. Agriculture is important for growing food. Alert. I need to stay alert during the test. Alien. The alien came from another planet. Alike. The two paintings are alike. Allocate. The teacher will allocate the books to the students. Ally. The country became an ally of the other nation. Alongside. The dog walked alongside its owner. Alternate. We will alternate between studying and playing. Alternative. You can choose an alternative if you don't like this option. Ambassador. The ambassador spoke to the leaders of other countries. Ambition. My ambition is to become a doctor. Ambitious. She is very ambitious and wants to become a doctor. Analyze. I will analyze the data from the experiment. Analyze. I will analyze the data from the experiment. Anchor. The ship dropped its anchor into the sea. Ancient. The ancient ruins are very interesting. Angle. The angle of the triangle is 60 degrees. Anniversary. My parents celebrate their wedding anniversary every year. Anticipate. I anticipate that it will rain tomorrow. Anxiety. I feel anxiety before a big test. Apology. I made an apology to my friend for being late. Apparent. It is apparent that she is happy. Prove. The teacher will approve my project. Approximate. I will approximate the answer to make it easier. Architect. The architect designed a beautiful building. Architecture. The architecture of the new library is very modern. Arise. New problems may arise during the project. Arrow. The arrow flew quickly through the air. Artificial. The artificial flower looks very real. Aspect. The aspect of the problem is very important. Aspire. I aspire to become a doctor in the future. Assault. The man was arrested for assault. Assemble. Students will assemble in the gym for the meeting. Assert. I will assert my opinion in the discussion. Asset. A house is a valuable asset for a family. Sure. I assure you that everything will be fine. The magician will astonish the audience with his tricks. Athlete. The athlete won the race. Atom. An atom is the smallest unit of matter. Attribute. The main attribute of a good student is hard work. Auction. I want to buy a painting at the auction. Authentic. The painting is authentic and very valuable. Author. The author wrote a fascinating book. Avail. The new app will avail many benefits to students. Available. The book is available at the library. Await. I will await your reply. Awe. I felt a sense of awe when I saw the beautiful mountains. Awful. The weather today is awful. Ban. The school will ban the use of phones during class. Bankrupt. The company went bankrupt last year. Bargain. I found a great bargain at the store. Barrier. The barrier stopped the cars from going through. Beam. The beam supports the roof of the house. Beard. My father has a long beard. Beast. The lion is a powerful beast in the jungle. Behalf. I spoke on behalf of my friend. Behave. You should behave well in class. Behavior. His behavior in class is very good. Behavior. His behavior in class is very good. Betray. It is wrong to betray your friends. Bias. She has a bias against dogs because she was bitten by one. Biography. I read a biography about a famous scientist. Biology. In biology class, we learn about living things. Blast. The blast from the fireworks was very loud. Blend. I like to blend different colors when I paint. Blink. I blink when the bright light is on. Blossom. The flowers will blossom in spring. Bold. She was bold enough to speak in front of the class. Boost. I want to boost my grades in school. Border. The river forms the border between the two countries. Boundary. The boundary between the two countries is very clear. Breed. Farmers breed animals to produce more food. Breeze. The breeze felt nice on a hot day. Broadcast. We will broadcast the news at 6 o'clock. Brutal. The movie was brutal and showed a lot of violence. Brute. The brute was very strong and scary. Bulk. The bulk of the package was too heavy to lift. Bull. The bull is a strong animal on the farm. Bully. The bully took my lunch money. Bundle. I bought a bundle of flowers for my mom. Burden. The burden was too heavy for me to carry. Butcher. The butcher sells fresh meat at the market. Buzz. There was a lot of buzz about the new movie. Cancel. I need to cancel my appointment. Cancer. My aunt is fighting cancer. Candidate. She is a candidate for the student council. Canvas. The artist painted a beautiful picture on the canvas. Capture. I want to capture the beautiful sunset. Carve. I will carve a pumpkin for Halloween. Cater. The restaurant will cater the wedding. Cattle. The farmer takes care of his cattle every day. Caution. You should always show caution when crossing the street. Cave. The cave was dark and mysterious. Cease. I will cease my work when it is done. Celebrate. We celebrate my birthday with a party. Celebrity. A celebrity can be a famous actor or singer. Censor. The government decided to censor the movie because it was too violent. Certificate. I received a certificate for completing the course. Chamber. The king sat in his chamber to discuss important matters. Chaos. The classroom was in chaos after the surprise test. Charity. Many people donate money to charity to help those in need. Chef. The chef cooked a delicious meal for everyone. Chemical. Water is a chemical substance that is essential for life. Chill. The weather is chill today. Chin. I have a small mole on my chin. Choir. I sing in the school choir. Chorus. The chorus of the song is very catchy. Chronic. She has a chronic headache that never goes away. Circulate. Water circulates in the ocean. Cite. Please cite your sources in the report. Clap. When the performance was over, everyone began to clap. Clash. There was a clash between the two teams during the game. Clause. The contract has a clause about payment. Clay. I made a pot from clay. Cling. The baby will cling to its mother. Clinic. I went to the clinic to see the doctor. Cluster. The cluster of stars in the sky is beautiful. Inside. The two events coincide on the same day. Collaborate. We will collaborate on the science project. Collapse. The building will collapse if there is a strong earthquake. Collar. The shirt has a blue collar. Colleague. My colleague helps me with my homework. Colony. The country used to be a colony of another nation. Column. The table has a column for names. Combat. The soldiers prepared for combat in the forest. Commission. I received a commission for selling the painting. Commit. I commit to studying every day. Commodity. Rice is a common commodity in many countries. Communist. A communist believes in the ideas of communism. Companion. My dog is my best companion. Compatible. My phone is compatible with this charger. Compel. The teacher will compel us to finish our homework. Compensate. I will compensate you for the lost time. Compete. I want to compete in the school sports event. Competent. She is a competent student in math. Compile. I will compile the data from the survey. Complement. The sauce is a perfect complement to the pasta. Component. A computer has many important components. Compose. I want to compose a song for my friend. Compound. Water is a compound made of hydrogen and oxygen. Comprehend. I can comprehend the lesson in class. Comprehensive. The comprehensive report included all the important details. Comprise. The team comprises 5 players. Compromise. We need to compromise to solve this problem. Conceal. I will conceal my surprise at the party. Conceive. I can conceive a new idea for my project. Conclude. I will conclude the meeting now. Concrete. The building is made of concrete. Condemn. I condemn the unfair treatment of animals. Conduct. I will conduct the experiment in science class. Confer. The school will confer awards to the best students. Confess. I confess my mistake to the teacher. Confide. I confide my secrets to my best friend. Confident. She is confident that she will win the competition. Fine. The teacher will confine the students to the classroom during the storm. Conform. Students should conform to the school rules. Confront. I will confront my fears and try to be brave. Congress. The Congress meets every year to discuss important laws. Conscience. My conscience tells me to help others. Consent. You need to get consent from your parents before going to the party. Conserve. We need to conserve water during the summer. Consist. The cake consists of flour, sugar, and eggs. Consistent. My study habits are consistent every day. Constitute. Many ingredients constitute a delicious cake. Constitution. The Constitution is the highest law of the country. Constrain. The rules will constrain what we can do in the game. Construct. I will construct a model of a house. Construction. The construction of the new school will start next month. Consult. I will consult my teacher about the homework. Contemporary. The contemporary art in the museum is very interesting. Contend. I contend that we should study harder. Continent. Asia is the largest continent in the world. Contradict. His statement contradicts the facts. Contrary. The contrary opinion is different from mine. Contrast. The contrast between the two paintings is very clear. Controversy. The new law caused a lot of controversy among the citizens. Convene. We will convene in the library after school. Convenient. This bus stop is very convenient for students. Convention. The convention for greeting people is to say hello. Convert. I want to convert the old car into a new one. Convey. I want to convey my feelings to my friend. Convict. The judge will convict the criminal. Cooperate. We need to cooperate to finish the project on time. Coordinate. The colors in the painting coordinate beautifully. Copyright. The author has the copyright for his book. Cord. I tied the cord around the box. Core. The core of the problem is communication. Corn. I like to eat corn with butter. Corporate. The corporate office is very large and busy. Corporation. A corporation is a large company that can make its own rules. Correspond. The answers to the questions correspond with the information in the book. Corridor. The corridor is very long and narrow. Corrupt. The corrupt politician took money from the people. Costume. I wore a costume for the school play. Counsel. I went to my teacher for counsel about my homework. Counterpart. My friend is my counterpart in the school project. Coupon. I used a coupon to get a discount on my new shoes. Courage. It takes a lot of courage to speak in front of many people. Craft. She has a special craft for making beautiful pottery. Craze. The new video game is a craze among students. Crazy. The movie was so crazy that I couldn't stop laughing. Credible. The news report was credible and trustworthy. Creep. The baby will creep across the floor. Crew. The crew worked together to finish the project. Criterion. The teacher used a criterion to grade our projects. Critic. The critic wrote a review of the movie. Criticize. I will criticize the movie if it is boring. Criticism. The teacher gave her criticism on my essay. Criticize. I will criticize the movie for its bad acting. Crop. Farmers grow a crop every year. Crucial. It is crucial to study for the exam. Cruise. We will cruise along the coast this summer. Crush. I will crush the empty can. Crystal. The crystal on the table sparkled in the sunlight. Cultivate. Farmers cultivate the land to grow crops. Currency. The currency of South Korea is the won. Curriculum. The curriculum includes math, science, and history classes. Curry. I love to eat curry with rice. Curse. The witch placed a curse on the village. Curve. The road has a sharp curve. Custody. The child was placed in custody for his safety. Custom. In my country, it is a custom to celebrate the new year with fireworks. Cynical. He has a cynical view of the world. Dairy. I bought some cheese at the dairy. Damp. The ground is damp after the rain. Dash. He will dash the ball to his friend. Data. The data shows that many students like soccer. Database. A database stores a lot of information. Datum. Each datum is important for our research. Decade. A decade is 10 years. Decay. The old building began to decay after many years. Decent. The food at the restaurant was decent. Declare. I declare that I will study hard this year. Decline. I will decline the invitation to the party. Decrease. We need to decrease the amount of plastic we use. Dedicate. I dedicate my time to studying every day. Defeat. The team will defeat their rivals in the final match. Defend. I will defend my friend in the argument. Defendant. The defendant stood in front of the judge. Deficiency. The deficiency of water can cause plants to die. Deficit. The company has a deficit this year. Delegate. The teacher chose a delegate to represent the class at the meeting. Delete. I will delete the wrong answer. Deliberate. He made a deliberate choice to study hard for the exam. Delicate. The delicate flower needs careful handling. Democracy. In a democracy, people vote to choose their leaders. Democrat. A Democrat believes in democracy and equal rights. Demon. The demon scared everyone in the movie. Dense. The forest is very dense with trees. Depart. We will depart from the station at 5 p.m. Department. The science department has many interesting experiments. Departure. The departure of the train is at 5 p.m. Depict. The artist will depict a beautiful landscape in her painting. Deposit. I want to deposit my money in the bank. Deprive. The teacher will deprive the students of their free time if they don't finish their homework. Derive. I can derive a lot of information from this book. Descend. The bird will descend from the tree. Designate. The teacher will designate a leader for the group. Despair. After failing the test, I felt a deep despair. Destination. Our destination is the beach. Steen. My parents destined me to become a doctor. Destiny. I believe that my destiny is to become a doctor. Destruct. The storm will destruct the old building. Destruction. The destruction of the building was very sad. Attach. Please detach the sticker from the paper. Device. I bought a new device to help me study. Devil. In the story, the devil tried to trick the hero. Devise. I will devise a new plan for the project. Devote. I devote my time to studying every day. Diabetes. Many people with diabetes need to monitor their blood sugar levels. Dictate. The teacher will dictate the words for us to write down. Differ. Cats and dogs differ in many ways. Different. My shirt is different from yours. Dignity. Every person deserves dignity and respect. Dimension. In math class, we learned about the third dimension of shapes. Diminish. The rain will diminish by the evening. Dine. We will dine at a nice restaurant tonight. Dip. I will dip the brush into the paint. Diplomat. A diplomat represents their country in important meetings. Disaster. The earthquake was a disaster for the city. Discourage. I will not discourage you from trying your best. Discourse. The teacher led a discourse about climate change. Discriminate. I can discriminate between different types of fruit. Dismiss. The teacher will dismiss the class early today. Dispose. I will dispose of the trash in the bin. Dispute. There was a dispute between the two friends about the game rules. Disrupt. The loud noise can disrupt the class. Distinct. The two paintings are distinct from each other. Distinguish. I can distinguish between cats and dogs. Distort. The funhouse mirror can distort your reflection. Distract. I can easily distract my friend during class. Distribute. Teachers distribute the books to the students. Verse. The festival has diverse activities for everyone. Divine. The divine light shone brightly in the sky. Domain. The science domain includes biology and chemistry. Dominant. The dominant team won the game easily. Dominate. The strong team will dominate the game. Dose. The doctor gave me a dose of medicine. Dot. I drew a dot on the paper. Draft. I wrote a draft of my essay. Drain. I need to drain the water from the bathtub. Dread. I dread the thought of taking the exam. Drill. We have a fire drill every month at school. Drown. If you swim too far from the shore, you might drown. Dual. I have a dual citizenship in 2 countries. Dull. The movie was dull and I fell asleep. Dwell. I dwell in a small house. Dynamic. The dynamic team worked together to solve the problem. Eager. I'm eager to learn new things. Efficient. The new machine is very efficient. Elaborate. The artist created an elaborate painting with many details. Electronic. The electronic device is very useful for studying. Elegant. The dress she wore to the party was elegant. Elevate. I want to elevate my grades in school. Elevator. I took the elevator to the 5th floor. Eliminate. I want to eliminate the mistakes in my homework. Elite. The elite team won the championship. Embassy. The embassy helps citizens from its country. Embrace. I want to embrace my friend when I see her. Merge. The sun will emerge from behind the clouds. Emergence. The emergence of new technology changes our lives. Emergency. We need to call for help in an emergency. Emission. The emission from the car can pollute the air. Emit. The lamp will emit light in the dark. Emphasis. The teacher put emphasis on the important points in the lesson. Encounter. I will encounter my friend at the park. Encourage. I encourage my friend to study hard. Endure. I can endure the pain from my injury. Enhance. I want to enhance my skills in math. Inquire. I want to inquire about the homework. Enterprise. The new enterprise will create many jobs in our town. Enthusiastic. She is enthusiastic about learning new things. Entry. I submitted my entry for the art contest. Environ. The environment around my school is very beautiful. Environment. The environment around us is very important for our health. Envy. I feel envy when I see my friend's new phone. Equip. We need to equip the team with new uniforms. Equipment. The gym has new equipment for exercising. Era. The Renaissance was an important era in European history. Erase. I will erase the mistakes in my homework. Eraser. I use an eraser to remove pencil marks. Erect. The tower is erect and very tall. Err. I often err when I do my math homework. Error. I made an error in my math homework. Essence. The essence of friendship is trust. Essential. Water is essential for life. Estate. My family owns a large estate in the countryside. Ethic. It is important to have a good ethic in life. Ethical. It is important to make ethical decisions in life. Ethnic. The ethnic group in our town celebrates its culture. Evacuate. The teacher told us to evacuate the building quickly. Evaluate. I will evaluate my homework to see if I did it correctly. Evolution. The evolution of technology has changed our lives. Evolve. Over time, animals can evolve to adapt to their environment. Exaggerate. Sometimes people exaggerate their stories to make them more interesting. Exceed. The number of students will exceed 50 this year. Excel. She wants to excel in her studies this year. Excellent. She did an excellent job on her project. Excess. There was an excess food at the party. Exclude. I will exclude you from the game. Exclusive. This club is exclusive to members only. Executive. The executive of the company made an important decision. Exhibit. We will exhibit our art projects at the school fair. Exotic. The exotic flowers in the garden are very beautiful. Expertise. Her expertise in science helped us win the competition. Explicit. The teacher gave us explicit instructions for the project. Explode. The bomb will explode if you touch it. Explore. I want to explore the forest near my house. Export. We export rice to other countries. Extent. The extent of the park is very large. External. The external wall of the house is painted blue. Extinct. The dinosaur is extinct. Extract. I will extract the tooth that is hurting. Extraordinary. Her talent for painting is extraordinary. Eyebrow. My eyebrow is very thick. Fabric. The dress is made of soft fabric. Facilitate. Teachers facilitate learning by making lessons easier to understand. Facility. The school has a new sports facility. Faculty. She has a great faculty for learning languages. Fade. The colors of the painting began to fade over time. Fame. The singer gained fame after her first album was released. Famous. Michael Jackson is a famous singer. Fare. The bus fare is too high for me. Fasten. Please fasten your seatbelt before the car starts. Fatal. The accident was fatal for the driver. Fate. Some people believe that fate decides our future. Federal. The federal government makes laws for the whole country. Ferry. The ferry carries cars across the river. Fertile. The fertile soil helps plants grow well. Fiber. The shirt is made of cotton fiber. Fiber. The shirt is made of cotton fiber. Fiction. The book is a work of fiction that tells an exciting story. Fierce. The fierce dog barked loudly. Filter. I use a filter to clean the water. Finite. The number of students in the class is finite. Flavor. The flavor of the cake is very sweet. Flavor. The ice cream has a delicious flavor. Flaw. The car has a flaw in its engine. Flee. When I saw the dog running towards me, I had to flee. Flesh. The chef cooked a delicious dish with fresh flesh. Flexible. The rubber band is flexible. Flip. I will flip the pancake to cook it on both sides. Flock. A flock of birds flew over the lake. Flourish. The flowers will flourish in the warm sunlight. Flush. Her face began to flush when she heard the compliment. Fond. I am fond of playing soccer. Forbid. Teachers forbid students from using their phones in class. Forecast. I will forecast the weather for tomorrow. Forehead. She has a small mole on her forehead. Format. Please choose the right format for your project. Former. My former teacher helped me a lot. Formula. The formula for finding the area of a rectangle is length times width. Foster. Teachers foster students' creativity in the classroom. Fountain. The fountain in the park sprays water into the air. Fraction. A fraction is a part of a whole. Framework. The framework of the building is very strong. Frequent. I have frequent meetings with my friends. Frost. In the morning there was frost on the grass. Frown. When I saw the bad grade, I couldn't help but frown. Fuel. The car needs fuel to run. Fulfill. I will fulfill my promise to help you. Fundamental. Math is fundamental to understanding science. Funeral. I went to my grandfather's funeral last week. Furious. She was furious when she lost her favorite toy. Furnish. I will furnish the room with new furniture. Furthermore, I like ice cream. Furthermore, I enjoy cake. Fury. His fury was clear when he lost the game. Fuse. The fuse protects the electrical circuit from overload. Gallery. I visited the art gallery to see the new paintings. Gamble. I like to gamble when I play card games. Gang. The gang was causing trouble in the neighborhood. Gap. There is a gap between the two buildings. Gasoline. My car needs gasoline to run. Gaze. I took a long gaze at the beautiful sunset. Gender. In our class, we learn about gender differences. Gene. A gene determines the color of your eyes. Generate. The solar panels generate electricity. Generation. My parents belong to a different generation than I do. Generous. She is very generous with her time when helping others. Genetic. Some diseases are genetic and can run in families. Genius. She is a genius in mathematics. Genuine. This diamond is genuine and not a fake. Geography. In geography class, we learn about different countries and their features. Geology. Geology helps us understand the Earth's history. Glare. The glare from the sun made it hard to see. Global. The global community works together to solve climate change. Globe. I have a globe on my desk. Glow. The stars glow in the night sky. Goat. The goat is eating grass in the field. Graduate. I will graduate from middle school next year. Grain. Rice is a type of grain that many people eat. Grasp. I can grasp the handle of the door. Grateful. I am grateful for your help. Grave. The situation became grave when the storm hit the town. Greed. His greed for money made him unhappy. Grief. She felt great grief when her pet passed away. Grip. I have a strong grip on the ball. Gross. The food was gross and I couldn't eat it. Guardian. My guardian takes care of me when my parents are not home. Gulf. The gulf is very wide and beautiful. Gym. I go to the gym to exercise every day. Gymnasium. I go to the gymnasium to play basketball. Habitat. The forest is a natural habitat for many animals. Halt. The teacher said to halt the class for a moment. Hammer. I used a hammer to fix the broken chair. Handicap. The athlete had a handicap that made it harder for him to compete. Harbor. The ship is docked at the harbor. Harbor. The ship is docked at the harbor. Harmonious. The colors in the painting are harmonious. Harmony. The music created a beautiful harmony. Harsh. The teacher's harsh words made the student cry. Harvest. Farmers celebrate the harvest every year. Haunt. The ghost will haunt the old house. Hazard. The wet floor is a hazard for people walking. Headquarters. The company's headquarters is located in New York. Heal. The doctor will heal my wound. Heel. I hurt my heel while playing soccer. Heir. The prince is the heir to the throne. Hence. It was raining, hence I took an umbrella. Heritage. Our heritage includes many traditional festivals. Hierarchy. In a company there is a hierarchy that shows who is the boss. Highlight. The highlight of the concert was the singer's amazing performance. Holy. The holy book is very important to many people. Hook. I used a hook to catch the fish. Horizon. The sun rises above the horizon in the morning. Horror. The movie was full of horror and made me scream. Host. The host of the website helps people find information. Hostile. The two countries have a hostile relationship. Household. My household includes my parents and my sister. Hut. We built a small hut in the forest. Hypothesis. The scientist made a hypothesis about how plants grow. Ideal. She wants to find the ideal place to study. Identical. The two shirts are identical in color and style. Ideology. The ideology of the group focuses on equality and justice. Illusion. The magician created an illusion that amazed the audience. Imitate. I imitate my favorite singer when I sing. Immense. The immense mountain was covered in snow. Immigrate. Many people choose to immigrate to new countries for better opportunities. Immune. Vaccines help make people immune to diseases. Impact. The impact of the storm was felt in the whole city. Imperial. The imperial palace was very grand and beautiful. Implement. We need to implement the new rules at school. Imply. Her smile seemed to imply that she was happy. Import. We import fruits from other countries. Importance. The importance of studying is very high for students. Important. It is important to study for the test. Impose. The teacher will impose a new rule next week. Incentive. The teacher gave us an incentive to study harder. Incident. The incident at school made everyone worried. Incline. I tend to incline towards reading books. Incorporate. We need to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into our diet. Incredible. The magician performed an incredible trick. Index. You can find the page number in the index of the book. Induce. The teacher tried to induce the students to study harder. Inevitable. It is inevitable that we will face challenges in life. Infant. The infant is sleeping in the crib. Infect. The doctor will infect the patient with a virus. Infer. I can infer the answer from the clues in the text. Inference. My inference about the story is that the main character is sad. Inflate. I will inflate the balloon for the party. Ingredient. Flour is an important ingredient for making bread. Inhabit. Many animals inhabit the forest. Inherent. She has an inherent talent for music. Inhibit. The rules can inhibit students from expressing their ideas. Initial. My initial idea was to start a new project. Inject. The doctor will inject the medicine into my arm. In. We stayed at a cozy inn during our trip. Input. You need to input your password to log in. Inquire. I want to inquire about the homework. Insect. An insect has 6 legs and 3 body parts. Insert. Please insert the paper into the printer. Insight. Her insight helped us solve the problem. Inspire. The teacher will inspire us to learn more about science. Install. I will install the new software on my computer. Instinct. My instinct tells me to be careful. Institute. The school will institute new rules next year. Institution. The school is an important institution in our community. Insult. It is not nice to insult others. Integrate. We need to integrate all the ideas into one plan. Intellect. She has a great intellect for solving difficult problems. Intellectual. She is an intellectual person who loves to read books. Intelligent. She is very intelligent and solves problems quickly. Interfere. I will not interfere with your decision. Interior. The interior of the house is very beautiful. Intermediate. She is at an intermediate level in her English studies. Interpret. I will interpret the meaning of this poem. Interval. There is a short interval between the 2 classes. Intervene. I will intervene in the argument to help my friend. Intimate. They have an intimate friendship. Intrigue. The mystery book will intrigue many readers. Invade. The army will invade the enemy territory. Irony. It is an irony that the fire station burned down. Irritate. Loud noises can irritate me when I'm studying. Isolate. I will isolate the sick animal from the others. Jail. The thief was sent to jail for stealing. Jar. I put the cookies in the jar. Jog. I like to jog in the park every morning. Joint. My knee is a joint that helps me bend my leg. Journal. I write in my journal every day. Jury. The jury decided if the person was guilty or not. Keen. The knife is very keen. Kit. I bought a new kit for my art class. Knight. The knight fought bravely in the battle. Knot. I tied a knot in the rope. Ladder. I climbed the ladder to reach the roof. Landscape. The landscape in the painting is very beautiful. Lap. She placed her book on her lap while sitting. Ladder. I like apples and oranges, but I prefer the ladder. Launch. The company will launch a new smartphone next month. Laundry. I need to wash my laundry this weekend. Leak. There is a leak in the roof. Lease. I signed a lease for my new apartment. Leather. The jacket is made of leather. Lecture. The teacher gave a lecture about science. Legend. The legend of King Arthur is very famous. Legitimate. The contract is legitimate and valid. Leisure. I enjoy my leisure by reading books. Liberal. She has a liberal view on education. Liberty. Liberty is important for everyone to live freely. Likewise, I like pizza. Likewise, my brother enjoys it too. Linguistic. The linguistic rules of English are very interesting. Liquid. Water is a liquid that flows easily. Literature. I enjoy reading literature in my free time. Logic. In math class, we learn about logic to solve problems. Lone. The lone wolf howled at the moon. Loyal. My dog is very loyal to me. Lump. I found a lump of clay on the ground. Luxury. A luxury car is very expensive. Magnet. A magnet can attract metal objects. Magnificent. The view from the mountain was magnificent. Manifest. The results of the test will manifest in a few days. Manipulate. I can manipulate the computer to create a game. Margin. The margin of the paper is very important for printing. Marine. The marine animals live in the ocean. Mature. She is very mature for her age. Mayor. The mayor gave a speech at the city hall. Meanwhile, I did my homework. Meanwhile, my brother played video games. Mechanic. The mechanic fixed my broken bicycle. Mechanism. The mechanism of the clock helps it keep time accurately. Media. Many people get their news from social media. Mediate. I will mediate the discussion between my friends. Medieval. The medieval castle was built a long time ago. Medium. The medium for our project is a video. Merchant. The merchant sells fruits and vegetables in the market. Mere. The mere thought of the exam makes me nervous. Merge. The two companies will merge next year. Merit. Her hard work is a great merit in her studies. Metropolitan. The metropolitan area has many tall buildings. Microphone. I used a microphone to sing at the school concert. Migrant. The migrant moved to a new country for a better life. Migrate. Birds migrate to warmer places in the winter. Mild. The soup is mild and not too spicy. Million. There are 1 million stars in the sky. Mine. This book is mine. Miner. The miner worked hard to find gold in the mountain. Mineral. Salt is a mineral that is essential for our health. Minimal. The design of the room is minimal and very simple. Minimum. The minimum score to pass the test is 60. Ministry. The ministry is responsible for education in our country. Miracle. The magician performed a miracle during the show. Missile. The army launched a missile during the training exercise. Mobile. My phone is mobile and easy to carry. Mock. They mock him because he is different. Mode. We can choose a different mode for the game. Moderate. The teacher gave us a moderate amount of homework. Modest. She is modest about her achievements. Modify. I want to modify my homework to make it better. Moist. The ground is moist after the rain. Moisture. The air has a lot of moisture after the rain. Molecule. A molecule is made up of 2 or more atoms. Monster. The monster scared the children in the movie. Monument. The monument was built to honor the heroes of the war. Mortal. Every human is mortal and will eventually die. Motive. The motive for her actions was to help others. Multiple. I have multiple books on my shelf. Murder. The detective solved the murder case quickly. Mutual. We have a mutual interest in music. Myth. The story of Hercules is a famous myth. Naive. She is so naive that she believes everything people tell her. Narrate. I will narrate the story to my friends. Nasty. The food was so nasty that I couldn't eat it. Needle. I used a needle to sew the button on my shirt. Negative. The negative feedback helped me improve my project. Neglect. If you neglect your homework, you will get a bad grade. Negotiate. I will negotiate with my friends about where to go for lunch. Nephew. My sister has a nephew who is very funny. Network. The internet is a large network of computers. Neutral. In a debate, it is important to remain neutral. Nevertheless, it was raining. Nevertheless, we went outside to play. Nightmare. Last night I had a nightmare about a monster. Noble. The noble king helped his people. Nod. I nod my head to show that I agree. Nominate. I will nominate my friend for the class president. Nonetheless, it was raining. Nonetheless, we went outside to play. Norm. In our school, the norm is to be respectful to teachers. Normal. This is a normal day at school. Novel. I read a novel about a brave knight. Nuclear. The nuclear power plant provides energy for the city. Numerous. There are numerous stars in the sky. Obey. I will obey the rules in class. Oblige. I will oblige you by helping with your homework. Obsess. I obsess over my favorite video game. Obtain. I want to obtain good grades in school. Occupation. My father's occupation is a teacher. Occupy. I occupy my room with books and toys. Offend. I didn't mean to offend you with my words. Opportune. The opportune moment to study is right after school. Opportunity. I have an opportunity to learn a new language. Opt. You can opt for the blue backpack or the red one. Optimist. An optimist always believes that good things will happen. Option. You have the option to choose your favorite subject. Oral. The teacher asked us to give an oral presentation. Orbit. The Earth orbits around the sun. Orchestra. The orchestra played beautiful music at the concert. Organ. The heart is an important organ in the body. Organic. This fruit is organic and grown without chemicals. Organize. I will organize my books on the shelf. Organize. I will organize my books on the shelf. Orient. I will orient the map to show the north direction. Orientation. The orientation helped me understand my new school better. Origin. The origin of the river is in the mountains. Original. This painting is original and not a copy. Outcome. The outcome of the test was better than I expected. Outline. The teacher gave us an outline of the project. Output. The output of the project was very impressive. Outrage. The news of the unfair decision caused an outrage among the students. Outstanding. Her outstanding performance in the competition impressed everyone. Overcome. I will overcome my fears. Overhead. The airplane flew overhead during the game. Overlap. The two circles overlap in the middle. Overlook. I often overlook my homework assignments. Overnight. I stayed at my friend's house overnight. Overseas. I want to study overseas next year. Overwhelm. The loud music can overwhelm me during the concert. Oh, I owe my friend $10. Pace. I need to keep a steady pace while running. Pad. I put a pad on the chair for comfort. Pale. She looked pale after being sick. Palm. I put my hand on my palm. Panel. The artist painted a beautiful scene on the panel. Parallel. The two lines are parallel to each other. Parliament. The Parliament makes important laws for the country. Participate. I want to participate in the school festival. Particle. A particle is a tiny piece of matter. Passage. The passage between the two buildings is very narrow. Passenger. The passenger sat quietly in the bus. Passion. My passion for music helps me practice every day. Passport. I need my passport to travel to another country. Pat. I will pat the dog gently. Patch. I put a patch on my cut. Patent. She applied for a patent for her new invention. Pave. We will pave the road next week. Peak. The mountain has a steep peak. Peasant. The peasant worked hard in the fields every day. Peel. I will peel the orange for you. Peer. I like to play soccer with my peers. Penalty. The player received a penalty for breaking the rules. Perceive. I can perceive the changes in the weather. Perception. My perception of the world is shaped by my experiences. Permanent. The statue is permanent and will last for many years. Permit. My teacher will permit me to go to the party. Persist. I will persist in studying for the exam. Perspective. Everyone has a different perspective on the same situation. Persuade. I will persuade my friend to join the club. Petrol. My car runs on petrol. Phase. The project is in the planning phase. Phenomenon. A rainbow is a beautiful phenomenon in the sky. Philosophy. In my class, we study philosophy to understand the meaning of life. Phrase. I learned a new phrase in English class. Physics. In school, we learn about physics and how things move. Pill. I took a pill to feel better. Pinch. I will pinch your arm to wake you up. Pioneer. She is a pioneer in the field of science. Platform. The speaker stood on the platform to give a speech. Plot. The plot of the story was very exciting. Polish. I will polish my shoes until they shine. Poll. The teacher conducted a poll to find out what snack the students liked best. Pond. I saw a frog jumping into the pond. Population. The population of our city is growing every year. Portion. I ate a portion of cake at the party. Portrait. I painted a beautiful portrait of my friend. Pose. I will pose for the picture. Position. The position of the book is on the table. Positive. She always has a positive attitude towards challenges. Praise. I want to praise my friend for his hard work. Preach. The pastor will preach about kindness this Sunday. Proceed. The train will precede the bus at the station. Precise. The measurements must be precise to ensure the experiment works. Predator. A lion is a powerful predator in the jungle. Predict. I can predict the weather for tomorrow. Prejudice. Prejudice can lead to unfair treatment of others. Premium. She won a premium for her excellent performance in the competition. Prescribe. The doctor will prescribe medicine for your illness. Preserve. We need to preserve the environment for future generations. That. The teacher will preside over the meeting. President. The president of the country makes important decisions. Presume. I presume that it will rain tomorrow. Prevail. The team will prevail in the championship game. Prey. The lion hunts its prey in the jungle. Priest. The priest gave a sermon at the church. Primitive. The primitive tools were made from stone. Principal. The principal reason for studying is to learn. Prior. I had a prior appointment before the meeting. Privilege. Having a privilege means you have special rights that others may not have. Professor. The professor teaches us about science. Profile. The profile of the student shows their grades and interests. Profound. The book has profound ideas that make you think deeply. Prohibit. The school will prohibit students from using their phones in class. Prominent. The prominent mountain can be seen from far away. Prompt. The teacher gave a prompt response to my question. Proof. The scientist found proof that the experiment was successful. Proportion. The proportion of boys to girls in the class is equal. Prospect. The prospect of a sunny day makes me happy. Prosper. The business will prosper if we work hard. Protein. Protein is important for building muscles. Province. The province has many beautiful mountains. Provoke. His rude comments can provoke a fight. Psychology. Psychology helps us understand how people think and behave. Publish. I want to publish my book next year. Publisher. The publisher released a new book this month. Pupil. The pupil studied hard for the exam. Pursue. I want to pursue my dream of becoming a doctor. Quantity. The quantity of water in the bottle is very low. Questionnaire. The teacher gave us a questionnaire to fill out about our favorite subjects. Rage. He felt a surge of rage when he lost the game. Rally. The team will rally to win the game. Random. The numbers were chosen at random. Rank. My team got the first rank in the competition. Rational. It is rational to study hard for the exam. Raw. The salad is made with raw vegetables. Rear. The dog is in the rear of the house. Rebel. The rebel fought against the unfair rules. Receipt. I received a receipt after buying the book. Recruit. The Army will recruit new soldiers next month. Refine. I want to refine my drawing skills. Reform. The government plans to reform the education system. Refrigerator. I put the milk in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. Regret. I regret my decision to skip school. Regulate. The teacher will regulate the classroom rules. Reinforce. We need to reinforce the walls of the house. Reject. I will reject the offer from my friend. Relevant. The information in the book is relevant to my project. Relieve. I want to relieve your pain. Religion. Many people practice their religion every week. Reluctant. She was reluctant to try the new food. Remedy. The doctor gave me a remedy for my cold. Remote. The remote island is beautiful. Republic. France is a republic that values freedom. Reputation. His reputation as a good student is well known. Rescue. I will rescue the cat from the tree. Resemble. My brother and I resemble each other. Reside. Many people reside in this city. Resident. The resident of the house takes care of the garden. Resign. I will resign from my job next month. Resolve. I resolve to study harder this year. Resort. We went to a resort for our vacation. Restore. I want to restore my old bike to its original condition. Restrain. I need to restrain my excitement during the exam. Restrict. The school will restrict the use of phones during class. Resume. I will resume my homework after dinner. Retail. The retail store sells clothes to customers. Retain. I want to retain my knowledge from school. Retreat. The army had to retreat from the battlefield. Reveal. The teacher will reveal the test answers tomorrow. Revenge. He wanted revenge for what they did to him. Reverse. I will reverse the order of the numbers. Revise. I need to revise my homework before I turn it in. Revive. The doctor tried to revive the patient after the heart stopped. Revolution. The revolution changed the country's government. Reward. You will receive a reward for your hard work. Rhythm. The rhythm of the song makes me want to dance. Rid. I want to rid my room of dust. Ridicule. It is not nice to ridicule someone for their mistakes. Ridiculous. The idea that we can fly without wings is ridiculous. Riot. The people started a riot in the city. Rival. My rival is always trying to win the race. Roar. The lion will roar loudly in the jungle. Roast. I will roast the chicken for dinner. Rod. He used a rod to catch the fish. Romantic. The movie was very romantic and made me feel happy. Rot. The fruit will rot if you leave it out. Routine. I have a morning routine that includes brushing my teeth. Rumor. I heard a rumor that there will be a school trip next week. Rumor. I heard a rumor that there will be a school trip next week. Rural. The rural area has many farms and animals. Sack. I put the apples in the sack. Sacred. The temple is a sacred place for many people. Sacrifice. To help others, you may need to make a sacrifice. Satellite. The satellite orbits around the Earth. Scan. I will scan the pages of the book quickly. Scandal. The politician was involved in a scandal that shocked everyone. Scarce. Food is scarce during the winter. Scatter. I will scatter the seeds in the garden. Scheme. I have a scheme to finish my homework early. Scholar. The scholar wrote a book about history. Scope. The scope of the project is very large. Scramble. I will scramble the eggs for breakfast. Screw. I need a screw to fix the chair. Sculpt. I want to sculpt a statue of my dog. Sculpture. The sculpture in the park is very beautiful. Sector. The technology sector is growing very fast. Seize. I will seize the opportunity to learn something new. Sensible. It is sensible to study hard for the exam. Sentiment. The sentiment in her letter was very touching. Sequence. The sequence of numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4. Severe. The storm caused severe damage to the houses. Shallow. The water in the pool is shallow. Sigh. I let out a sigh when I saw the homework. Silent. The library is silent. Simulate. We can simulate a volcano eruption in science class. Simultaneous. The two events were simultaneous and happened at the same time. Sin. Stealing is a sin. Skip. I will skip the boring part of the story. Slice. I want a slice of cake. Slim. She is very slim and healthy. Slope. The slope of the hill is very steep. Sneak. I will sneak out of the house at night. Soak. I will soak the sponge in water. Soap. I use soap to wash my hands. Sociology. Sociology helps us understand how people interact in society. Soul. She is the sole winner of the competition. Span. The bridge has a long span over the river. Spark. The spark from the fire was very bright. Spectacle. The fireworks show was a beautiful spectacle. Spectrum. The rainbow shows a beautiful spectrum of colors. Sphere. The earth is a sphere. Spill. I accidentally spill my drink on the table. Spit. I will spit out the gum. Splash. The kids love to splash water at the pool. Split. I will split the apple into 2 pieces. Spouse. My spouse is very supportive. Squeeze. I squeeze the juice from the orange. Stack. I made a stack of books on the table. Stain. I accidentally spilled juice and made a stain on the table. Starve. If you don't eat, you will starve. Statistic. The statistic shows how many students passed the exam. Statue. The statue in the park is very beautiful. Status. The status of the project is very important. Steep. The mountain is very steep. Stem. The stem of the plant is green and strong. Stiff. The chair is too stiff to sit on comfortably. Stimulate. The teacher tries to stimulate our interest in science. Stitch. I need to stitch the fabric together. Stove. I put the pot on the stove to cook dinner. Strain. I need to strain my muscles when I lift heavy weights. Strict. The teacher is strict about homework deadlines. Strip. I will strip the old paint from the wall. Stripe. The shirt has a blue stripe on it. Stroke. My grandfather had a stroke last year. Submarine. The submarine can travel underwater. Submission. His submission to the rules made the game fair. Submit. I will submit my homework tomorrow. Subscribe. I want to subscribe to my favorite magazine. Substance. Water is a substance that is essential for life. Substantial. The project requires a substantial amount of money. Substitute. I will substitute sugar with honey in the recipe. Subtle. The subtle changes in the painting made it more beautiful. Suburb. I live in a suburb near the city. Suck. I suck the juice from the orange. Suffice. This amount of food will suffice for the party. Sufficient. I have sufficient time to finish my homework. Suite. I stayed in a luxury suite at the hotel. Summit. We reached the summit of the mountain. Superb. The cake was superb and everyone loved it. Superior. She is superior in math compared to her classmates. Supervise. I will supervise the students during the field trip. Supplement. I need a supplement to help me study better. Surgery. The doctor performed surgery on the patient. Surrender. In the game, the team had to surrender when they were losing badly. Suspend. The teacher will suspend the class for a week. Sustain. I need to sustain my energy during the game. Swear. I swear when I am very angry. Sweat. After running, I could feel the sweat on my forehead. Swell. The balloon will swell when you blow air into it. Swift. The swift rabbit ran away quickly. Symbol. A heart is a symbol of love. Sympathy. I felt sympathy for my friend when he was sad. Symphony. The symphony was played by a large orchestra. Symptom. A headache is a common symptom of a cold. Tackle. In football, I will tackle the player with the ball. Tag. I put a tag on my suitcase. Talent. She has a lot of talent in singing. Task. I have a task to finish for school. Tease. I like to tease my little brother when he gets angry. Telegraph. I sent a telegraph to my friend. Temple. I visited a beautiful temple in the city. Temporary. The temporary job will last for 3 months. Tempt. I will tempt you with a delicious cake. Tenant. The tenant pays rent every month. Tender. The meat is very tender and easy to chew. Terminal. The bus will arrive at the terminal in 10 minutes. Terminate. We need to terminate the meeting now. Terrace. I like to sit on the terrace and read a book. Terrific. The movie we watched was terrific. Territory. The lion protects its territory from other animals. Terror. The horror movie filled me with terror. Terrorist. The terrorist caused a lot of fear in the city. Theme. The theme of the story is friendship. Therapy. I go to therapy to feel better. Thorough. The teacher gave a thorough explanation of the lesson. Thread. I used a thread to sew the button on my shirt. Thrill. The roller coaster gave me a thrill. Thumb. I hurt my thumb while playing basketball. Tick. I put a tick next to my favorite book. Timber. The carpenter used timber to build the house. Tissue. I need a tissue to wipe my nose. Torture. The villain tried to torture the hero to get information. Toss. I will toss the ball to my friend. Toxic. The toxic waste polluted the river. Tragic. The movie had a tragic ending that made everyone cry. Trail. We walked along the trail in the forest. Transact. I want to transact a deal with my friend. Transform. I want to transform my room into a study space. Transition. The transition from day to night is beautiful. Translate. I can translate this book into Korean. Transmit. I will transmit the message to my friend. Treasure. The pirate found a treasure on the island. Treaty. The two countries signed a treaty to end the war. Tremendous. The movie was tremendous, and everyone loved it. Trend. The trend in fashion changes every year. Tribe. The Native American tribe has a rich history. Trigger. The loud noise can trigger a memory from my childhood. Trim. I need to trim the grass in the garden. Triumph. Winning the championship was a great triumph for the team. Troop. The troop marched together in the parade. Tube. I put the water in a tube. Tunnel. The train goes through a tunnel under the mountain. Turnover. The company's turnover increased last year. Ultimate. The ultimate goal of the project is to help the community. Undergo. I will undergo a test next week. Undermine. The heavy rain can undermine the road. Undertake. I will undertake the project for my class. Unify. We need to unify our efforts to solve this problem. Unique. This painting is unique because no one else has made something like it. Universe. The universe is full of stars and planets. Unprecedented. The pandemic caused unprecedented changes in our daily lives. Update. I will update my phone to the latest version. Upward. The bird flew upward into the sky. Upward. The balloon floated upwards into the sky. Urban. The urban area has many tall buildings. Urge. I urge you to study hard for the exam. Urgent. The urgent message must be delivered quickly. Utilize. We can utilize our resources to complete the project. Utter. I will utter my thoughts during the meeting. Vacate. Please vacate your room before the guests arrive. Vacation. I am going on vacation next week. Vaccine. The vaccine helps protect people from diseases. Vacuum. A vacuum is created when there is no air inside the container. Vague. The instructions were vague and hard to understand. Valid. This ticket is valid for 1 month. Vanish. The magician made the rabbit vanish. Vast. The ocean is vast and full of mysteries. Venture. I want to start a new venture in technology. Verb. A verb shows an action in a sentence. Verbal. She gave a verbal explanation of the rules. Verse. The poem has a beautiful verse that describes nature. Verses. The match is Team A versus Team B. Vertical. The tower is vertical and very tall. Vessel. The vessel sailed across the ocean. Veterinarian. The veterinarian helps sick animals get better. Via. I traveled to Seoul via the bus. Vice. His vice is eating too much junk food. Victory. sports, the team celebrated their victory after winning the game. Vigor. He runs every morning to keep his vigor. Vigorous. The vigorous athlete ran faster than everyone else. Virgin. She is a virgin who has never been married. Virtual. In the game, you can explore a virtual world. Virtue. Honesty is a great virtue that everyone should have. Virus. A virus can make people sick. Visible. The stars are visible in the night sky. Visual. The visual effects in the movie were amazing. Vital. Water is vital for all living things. Vivid. The painting has vivid colors that make it look alive. Vocabulary. I want to improve my vocabulary for the English test. Vocation. My vocation is to become a teacher. Wander. I like to wander in the park on weekends. Warehouse. The company stores its products in a large warehouse. Warrant. The police need a warrant to search the house. Wealth. He inherited a lot of wealth from his parents. Weave. I will weave a basket from these strips of paper. Weed. The garden is full of weed. Weird. That movie was really weird. Welfare. The government provides welfare to help people in need. Wheat. Wheat is used to make bread. Whereas, I like soccer, whereas my brother prefers basketball. Whip. The trainer will whip the horse to make it run faster. Wicked. The wicked witch cast a spell on the village. Wit. Her wit made everyone laugh during the party. Withdraw. I need to withdraw some money from the bank. Witness. The witness saw the accident happen. Worship. Many people worship at the temple every Sunday. Wreck. The ship was a wreck after the storm. Yield. The farm will yield a lot of vegetables this year. Zone. The school is in a quiet zone.